I literally, like, okay, cool. So let me just give, I feel like there's no real gap between first and second years. Welcome to Apprenticeish, where we talk about all things to do with apprentices and apprenticeships, kind of. So today we're going to be talking about my experience as a solicitor apprentice. So first of all, let me be clear, no one has actually finished this course yet. It's quite new. I think maybe 4 years old. I think it's 4 years old or around that time. I am 1.5 years in. I'm going to be talking about the course itself and health and well-being. Obviously, got to make sure that mental health is all good, honey. And then the last bit that I'll be touching on is grades. So yeah, we'll definitely be talking about grades and university and how all of that stuff works. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So guys, I feel like I literally, like, okay, cool. So let me give some clarity on this. So I went to university for 3 months and then I dropped out. I left university. I collected with me. Do you know what I didn't leave? I collected the debt. I collected it and I brought it with me for the rest of my life. I had experience in university. So obviously now when I left, like, I'm bringing some knowledge with me as well, because it's not like I was just chilling in uni. Like, obviously I was working hard. I was trying to work towards my degree, and I know it was only first year and no one cares.
I care. Okay, if I'm paying 9k per year, every year counts. I'm paying money.
Obviously, having, like, you know, had that experience, when I went to do this degree apprenticeship, guys, the degree structure, nobody can tell me anything. Like, I actually think it's a lot more manageable than the normal degree. So your uni, by the way, you can't choose your university if you do a solicitor apprenticeship. Let me just be clear. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, like, no one tells you about university when you're doing a degree apprenticeship. Like, number one, and maybe this is not the case for every single university or every single training provider that's doing the LLB as part of your solicitor apprenticeship course, but like, we have essays every week. Like, literally every week. Every week we have essays. We have to hand them in. Sometimes it will be essays, sometimes it will be a presentation, and like, they're not all long. They're not like 3,000 word essays that you need to hand in every week. You constantly need to be doing the remark. Like, it's not extremely strenuous, because they understand that obviously you have a job. You get, like, you're working most of the week and then you have some time for uni, and the likelihood is you'll need to spend some of your weekends on it. If you're a full-time student, you don't need to spend your weekends. Like, thinking back on it, I had to spend my weekends obviously because I was working and studying at the same time. But the reality is, if you manage your time properly, that Monday to Friday, sufficient. Don't need to do much more. Whereas if you was going like normal uni, I think you have like essays and like exams and stuff, but they're like in clusters. So you'll have like 3 months of no exams or 2 months of no exams. I don't even know how long the thing is, but you'll have 3 or 4 different exams for all the modules in total, depending on what year and what course and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, like, that's one thing that surprised me. Number 2, you're studying one module at a time when you're doing a sister apprenticeship. Guys, I've been thriving. Almost. Like, okay, I'm not gonna come out here and say, yeah, I've been getting a first on every single module, and I just want to thank all my teachers and the solicitor apprentices for supporting my journey. I am not a walking LinkedIn profile. That's facts. So I'm not saying that like it's really easy, and it's not, because you're obviously working at the same time. I cannot stress work. But it is a lot easier in the sense that you're only doing one module at a time. So you're not having to worry about contract, tort, EU, criminal all in the first year. You're doing one module for every few months. I think it's 2 or 3. We also have summer school as well, which you don't have for like traditional uni. I will also say, I think it's because of when my program started, but there's no real gap between first and second year. I started in January 2020, and our end of the year technically is in January. So that Christmas period, like, you can rest, but in the same breath, you have exams in January as well. And then at the end of January or February, something like that, then they mark it, and then, yeah, okay, cool, you've moved into you've formally passed into second year, and, you know, like, now here's another module. I feel like there's no real gap between first and second year. It's actually constant. So yeah, not a negative, because I'm a workaholic. It is intense. I think it's constant. That's point blank period. Whereas, like, with uni, you have summer for like 2 or 3 months. Ugh, these full-time students, the joys. That is one thing that I probably would cherish a lot more now, more than if I was like doing full-time uni. If I did have like that 3-month break, I wouldn't be off from work for 3 months. Like, it's an actual job, guys. You need to do your 9 to 5. Hope I'm shedding some light here for you guys. Another thing actually that I think is like really helpful, so you're not like just trapped in work, like the university basically makes sure that you're growing. I have a skills coach, which basically we meet every few months or so, and we basically just go through the competent stuff, and we have a chat about development at work and just making sure that like I'm actually progressing in my skill set. That's one thing that I'm very excited and happy about to have for this course, that, you know, you're growing. Like, you're not just there scanning for 5 years. Who wants to scan for 5 years? There's nothing wrong with scanning for 5 years, but if you're on a 5 to 6 to 7 year program, as in you're hoping for some kind of development, right? Okay, so the next one is health and well-being. It's a panorama! This is like a lot to do with your mental health. First of all, I just want to say a huge shout out to my team. Like, this hands down has been the healthiest working environment that I have ever been in. And I feel like that's a big statement coming from me. Not necessarily because of my age. You know, don't come and discriminate because of my age. But I've been in many places, and I've spoke to many people, and I'm not saying that to say, oh yeah, you know, like, I spoke to many people, I know what I'm talking about, but I've had experience, like, you can't deny it. Just how the team operates, for me, it's been great. It's really been great. My experience right now, so I've been in my department for 2 years, how this whole situation is going, it's just been extremely positive, I'll be honest. Like, it might change when I move to another department. It might change if I was working in a different firm. And also, my team is very big on mental health. So, like, even when the whole BLM situation, you know, began to arise with George Floyd, etc., I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I felt like the whole situation was very overwhelming for me, especially because I was constantly on social media, and like, saying the team was just very supportive. So yeah, I love that for me. Shout out to my team in regulatory and disciplinary. The last bit is great. It's been a tumultuous time, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me in this journey, because it's absolute ghetto. I'm kidding. My grades have actually been good. They've been good. They have been good. I'm currently averaging a 2.1. It was a 2.1/1. Like, I was literally a decimal in between the two. And then my most recent grade, guys, I was so annoyed. Like, I was shocked. But that whole experience was very traumatic for me. Fact is, I passed it. I don't know if I will take it. Maybe I will, just because I know, like, I can do better. But whenever I've done the apprenticeship, like, process, when I took it the first time, my education was thriving. My grades were thriving. Even like when I was doing the A-levels at the same time, they were even much better. I don't know why that is, but you know, we move. But that's it, everyone. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying all the way through. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm a new YouTuber here. I don't really know the space. So, you know, just show me some love, please. Show me some love. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.